This video demonstrates the one tool you should run when connecting a new device to existing monitors. So the purpose of this video is not necessarily for when you're connecting locally, although you can definitely use it for that, but oftentimes because we connect to remote computers so much more, you don't always control the local settings of that device, especially if you're jumping through a workstation that basically is another redirect so that once you're inside the network, you then VPN to your existing computer. And all those hops sometimes remove you from being able to change these viewable settings on the computer. This video focuses on how you can make that viewable screen the cleanest you could possibly make it, because sometimes when you switch between different applications and stuff, you will see that the content doesn't look as clean as if you were on that computer directly. So I have modified the settings on my machine to demonstrate what that might be, where if I couldn't change this is not what our website normally looks like. So this is right here is skewed. It doesn't usually look like this, but I've changed the settings on purpose. Here, I've used a non-recommended resolution. So what I'm going to do is show you what you can do when you're connecting to something if you can't actually get the resolution to be the thing that fixes what you're trying to do. So what you want to do is open the control panel. So old school control panel is what you're looking for. And then in this, you're going to click fonts. And again, you can see how hard this is kind of to read, which is kind of the point. So then you're going to click on this right here where it says adjust clear type text. So you're going to click this and it's going to bring up a little bit of almost like a little Windows wizard that's going to actually run you through a series of steps. So first we're going to make sure this box is checked, this turn on clear type. And again, this is hard to read for a reason. So we're going to say next, and then it's detected I have two monitors, and you can see I've only changed the resolution for one monitor, not both. So I'm just going to do this one. This is the one we're looking at right now. And if you had, if you were using both and both were not necessarily looking correct, you would want to do both of these. And you can always come back and do them again. I'm going to click next, and it's actually showing it's not set to its native resolution. So it already detected this. So I'm going to say, go ahead and change it to that resolution. And we're going to say, yes, we want to keep. And then here's the part that's most important. So whether you are in your native resolution or not, this is important. So what you're going to do in the next 5 screens, as you can see, 1 of 5, is pick the box that looks the clearest to you. And the purpose is to sort of like dial in what is the best setting for you. So it's almost like an eye test. It reminds me of an eye test. So I'm going to say next. And again, I'm just looking at these, and what looks best to me is what I'm picking, if it's not already selected. Okay, and then now I'm done. I've done just the one. It also shows this one hasn't been done. You can see the size of the screen changed based on the resolution that's applied. And I'm going to say finish. And then I'm going to shrink this, and now you can see this doesn't look stretched out or skewed funny. And if I were to pull settings back up, now this looks like it should. So the first time I showed it did not look like this. It was harder to read and it looked squished, or kind of like shrunk down but stretched sideways almost. And so now it looks right. So that is the one thing that you can do when you're connecting a new device or connecting to a remote device to monitors you already have, so that you can sort of make the best viewable experience for what you're trying to do.